chaos for Grove Street apartment residents. 8 families displaced from the fire today and now needing to find a new place to call home.
This entire building, this entire apartment building has been impacted. About half of it is completely destroyed by the fire, and then the other half has sustained smoke and water damage.
Fire ripped through this building, sending smoke billowing and drawing immediate concern from neighbors this morning.
I stepped outside to get some fresh air, and I looked this direction and I saw smoke, and I'm like, what is going on?
Just a very dramatic scene when we pulled up with someone hanging out of a window, smoke showing, there was fire on the ground floor.
CFD says this woman was trapped inside when they arrived. She was sent to the hospital to be treated for her injuries.
Our firefighters acted very quickly. They got ladders off the truck. They threw a ladder up to that window and brought that woman down safely.
After a year full of tragedy, neighbors tell us it's hard to see community members now experiencing this additional loss. Some displaced residents telling us they've lost everything in this fire.
It's just like, how much more can people deal with? We got COVID, we got, stuff like this, wildfires in the West, climate change. I mean, people just got to really practice kindness and taking care of their neighbors. I just hope the city really comes through for these folks.
The Red Cross of Chattanooga has been asked to assist displaced residents, but as some wait on that assistance,
The neighbors are looking out for each other.
The holiday fire has meant residents here in these Grove Street apartments are now stepping up to help their own.
The health disparities across Hamilton County zip codes are vast. Explore Tennessee health data ranks Lookout Mountain as the #1 healthiest zip code in the state. Meanwhile, down here in Alton Park, 604th out of 606 zip codes. Bear's Barbershop has been an Alton Park staple for over 50 years.
People in all over the Chattanooga area know me as Bear.
And Bear himself, also known as Larry High, hears his customers talking about everything, including health.
A lot of our clients, we talk to them, say, well, I'm not going to take that shot. I don't know what's in that shot.
Larry says when it comes to vaccinations and other health topics, his community needs more education.
I want to see them be taught more about health. A lot of people don't understand about health.
He knows there's a big difference in health outcomes between his neighborhood and just 10 minutes away.
I want to look at Mountain. They live in a much healthier environment than we do. A lot of this land out here is toxic and it's not fit for really living on.
He says a lot of the differences come down to access.
We don't really have a lot in our community.
Alton Park native Kim Lloyd says her community is often forgotten when it comes to health education and support.
It's just like we in this bubble, but we in it by ourselves because we don't have people coming out to the community to reach out to our people.
Dr. Michelle Pickett says the Alton Park versus Lookout Mountain data is not a surprise.
We have known for a while that Chattanooga is really two cities, particularly when you look at social determinants of health.
She says there are numerous drivers of these disparities, including access, education, and trust.
The trust that is required for someone to actually access that care is something that is also a huge barrier.
Barbershops, the centers, and the churches, we need to work together and tell people how very important this is to have their vaccination.
Those general health disparities that is, across zip codes also translate to vaccination rates. Double the percentage of Lookout Mountain residents have gotten their COVID shots compared to Alton Park.
Hamilton County Schools is struggling with its COVID numbers. The district has over 3,400 active cases as of Thursday. HCS parent Jen Pyroth has been concerned.
I fully expect my kids to be exposed next week in school.
It's gotten so bad, in fact, that the district announced last week that it will be using inclement weather days for Tuesday and Thursday due to those high case counts.
I hope this will give us less numbers.
Combined with Labor Day weekend, the district hopes to see numbers go down.
I hope that gives them even more time to clean out the buildings.
Pyroth has 4 kids. She said at least one has been quarantining since around the time school started. 3 are back in school, but one was finally getting ready to go back on Tuesday.
And now because of the stockpile days, she'll be out until Thursday.
Her daughter is sad. Pyroth, however, wishes it would be more than just those extra couple days off.
I actually was concerned and am concerned that 2 days is not enough.
Pyroth's fiance, James Earls, is in the same boat, and he feels this may be a never-ending quarantine cycle.
1 to 4 of them will be home at any point for the remainder of the semester, the next year.
The Pyroth household is just hopeful this all ends soon.
I hope and hoped and continue to hope that we will learn from from history.
And here in Hamilton County, more than 4,000 students are in quarantine. That's more than 10% of the entire student body in the county. Almost 90 employees have tested positive for COVID-19. Just under 750 students as well. Now, these concerns come as thousands of Tennesseans continue to contract the virus. As of Friday, the Tennessee Department of Health confirmed over 6,000 new cases, 75 new deaths, and over 60 hospitalizations. This as the vaccine rate stayed consistent at 42% vaccinated. In our area, CHI and Erlanger hospitals are receiving assistance from the National Guard. Park Ridge also requested their assistance. This as ICUs have consistently been filling up with COVID cases across our local hospitals.